Welcome to another InWheelTime podcast. You know, I thought that we had another commercial with that, Mr. Mars, but I guess we didn't.
I don't know. We're just gabbing about the car.
Okay, well,
let me point something out. Tomorrow's the Daytona 500. Today is the O'Reilly Series. Yesterday was the Craftsman Truck. So we're because of that, we got a Daytona background. How about that?
Well, thank you very much.
Mike's got a car. I think you were born that year. That car was Mike, or
yeah, the Model A.
Yeah.
What are you, 35? That's
Almost.
a 35?
Almost.
Something like that? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm so glad that we got that all taken care of. Thank you very much.
okay.
All right.
Got a racing?
No.
No.
It's too early for that.
Oh, that's right. We got other stuff in front of it.
We do have things.
No, I was looking at the wrong time.
All
Sorry.
right. That's okay. All right. So we're going to move on now and start the bottom of the hour show. Stay with us. Welcome to the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Coming up, we're going to have InWheelTime time. And what does that mean? We're going to do recalls. We're going to have our sold car roundup.
Fun.
And our story of the week that I think that you may be interested in.
It's kind of loud in here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Want to turn that down a little bit?
Yeah.
How about that?
That perfect.
Is that good there?
That's good
You don't
right
like
there.
the music, do you?
No, it was just really loud in my ear.
Okay.
I was too close to the speaker.
Is the speaker. All right, so all that's coming up. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always miss Jeff Zekin.
Yeah.
He's only here in spirit right now. This is not him. And I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us today. And I wanted to get to the story of the week because it may or may not involve you, but you'll have to be the deciding factor in that. You ready?
Ready.
President Trump's EPA has repealed the agency's finding that greenhouse gas emissions endanger the public, creating a fresh round of uncertainty for the auto industry. Trump and EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin announced the repeal of the 2009 endangerment finding at the press conference at the White House on February 12th. This is the single largest deregulatory action in American history, according to Trump. The endangerment findings severely damaged the American auto industry and massively drove up prices for American consumers. Trump said that the repeal eliminates all greenhouse gas standards for light, medium, and heavy-duty vehicles and heavy-duty engines. So goodbye air pumps and goodbye catalytic converters. I don't think that'll happen.
No, that won't happen.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go quite that far.
Yeah.
Trump said the repeal purports to scrap all greenhouse gas standards, starting with those established in 2012. The document containing the details of the final rule have yet to be posted. The EPA decision, if upheld, castrates, I like that word, the government's regulatory authority over pollutants from vehicles. It hollows out the rationale underpinning more than a decade of regulation meant to protect the public from the dangers of pollution and climate change, according to this writer. Quote, an ideological crusade within the Obama administration set off the most costly regulatory power grab our country has ever experienced, according to Zeldin at the White House. Who paid the biggest price? Hardworking families, small businesses, millions of Americans who just want a reliable, affordable car to get to work, take the kids to school, or go to church on Sunday, end quote. EPA data from 2022 found that transportation is the primary source of U.S. greenhouse gas emissions. Passenger cars and light-duty trucks make up more than half of transportation emissions in the United States of America. While the auto industry has criticized the severity of the EPA's recent greenhouse gas emissions rules, the repeal amounts to a significant break between the industry and the government. Automakers in letters to the government criticized the Biden-era greenhouse gas emission standards, but expressed concerns about the elimination of the standards entirely. Ford said in its letter that current standards are not aligned with customer choice and market realities, but that eliminating standards altogether is not likely to provide the industry with the long-term stability they need to make historic investments in America and compete globally. Tesla, that's another story for another day, but in a letter, they said the endangerment finding and the vehicle emission standards which flow from it have provided a stable regulatory platform for Tesla's extensive investments in product development and production. And you know that they've just killed 3 of their models. And we're waiting with cheers, I'm sure, of the elimination of the Cybertruck, but they're not ready to pull the plug.
Yeah,
on that
they're
just
thinking about
yet.
doing something else with it. I've heard rumors that it's maybe a redesign, maybe a new thing altogether. But to get back to the first part of that story, the CAFE standards were adjusted way back in his administration. Didn't they adjust the CAFE standards for the vehicles, and California was all upset?
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I think that the California thing has just got nipped in the bud.
Well-
nip it.
well,
nip it in the bud.
Well, you used the word earlier that you like, but yeah, nip it's good.
Yeah. I don't want to know what I used earlier.
You did.
I did.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
Well, there's that. So, Mr. Mars, do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, I was thinking that some of the things that you said. I think it must have been like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We were all supposed to be dead because of the greenhouse, the environment, and all that stuff.
Well, that's still coming.
Yeah. That's it.
Well, they keep
Death
moving
is
it back
imminent.
then because I missed it whenever it happened a few years ago. But I do think that Tesla, like a lot of them, they're going to respond to. I mean, they already know the EVs aren't selling like everybody thought they would, and without the government forcing it, they're not going to. So I think, obviously, as a profit-driven machine, they got to make a little money. Then more and more of them are going to get away from it. It wouldn't surprise me that Tesla moves more into SpaceX and things like that are more interesting long term.
we read the story recently that Elon is going to combine all of his companies.
Yes.
And I think that that's the thing that is going to save Tesla. But, on the other hand, too, I don't have anything against electric vehicles. I really don't.
No.
What I have a real problem with is me helping pay for your Tesla. That's
Exactly.
where I have a problem. So
Yeah.
that's $7,500 out of my tax money that's going to go to the person that buys an electric vehicle. And you know what? I think that, and I've said this from the very beginning, I think that electric vehicles need to be able to compete with other forms of power sources to the vehicle, just like everybody else. And if they can't do that, then they need to look inward
Well-
and figure out a way.
The market will kind of help drive all that because there are places, I would think, like New York, San Francisco, Austin, places like that, where a 30-mile range, you might go 3 or 4 days with that. I can see that. But for me, I go to Houston too much. I go out West Texas too much. And I don't want to spend an hour and a half every 2 hours so I can go another 2 hours.
And that brings up a point too. We just had Chip on, going through state by state on the wait time and traffic and things, death tolls. Nothing in there that I saw was about electric vehicles. Now the wait times and your time that you waste on the road, there's got to be electric vehicles in that congestion. So I wonder if maybe we can.
Well, I think
get a-
electric vehicles, just for survivability, they're going to avoid that congestion because they're going to lose their range as they sit there
and
for
that-
an hour.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That you're burning the electricity you just parked. But
Right.
much like you do
I
with
have
gas.
2 people that I know that have Teslas. My youngest daughter is one.
She
And
loves hers.
She loves hers.
Yeah.
But she drives a very short distance, well, relatively speaking, in Denver to go to work every day. I think it's about 15 miles. Well, she doesn't have to plug it in at work. It certainly has more than enough power to get her back home and to, the grocery store, et cetera, et cetera.
And those are only the days that she wants to drive it. I'm sure there's other modes of transportation she takes.
Well, yeah,
too,
when she goes to the mountains, she usually goes with somebody else,
Yeah.
and most of them have gasoline-powered
Right.
vehicles. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, it's like my wife's driving pattern. She could live with an electric car, a pure electric car, because of her driving patterns until that once a month or 2 months that she decides she wants to go to the beach or something where it's 100 miles, and that's what holds her back. She just will not have something that she can't get in and say, I'm going to Houston or I'm going to go
Yeah.
wherever.
Well,
Which makes sense.
If you plan it right, and I cannot imagine, because I've never had to do that in my life, plan my gasoline stop to go to San Antonio, because I can't charge my vehicle or I can't get gas between here and San Antonio. Who heard of such a thing? In our generation, in the past 100 years, there's a gasoline station down the street somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas electric, and those that have electric vehicles found out pretty quickly that they have to have a place to charge it at home. Even if it's 110 volts, doesn't make any difference because at least I can plug it in and charge it at night when I'm sleeping at the house. But most of those people have a level 2 charger, which is basically a dryer.
A 240.
240. And that works just fine.
Yeah,
and,
it does.
And my
But
problem
it's like
with
we've talked about in the past that it's if you go that way, you've got to make a change in your lifestyle.
Yeah,
because
that's
if you
correct.
want to go across Texas, it's 1,000 miles. Well, now you got to plan your trip according to that. You plan your pit stops. So, okay, we got to eat lunch where there's a charger, or we got to do this, we got to do that. It's a different lifestyle, and that's just not me.
So I got more of an EV story coming up in our third segment,
Okay.
fourth segment, I think it is. At any rate, it's coming up at 11:30 on our live show. Time now for some recalls to tell you about. I got a tire recall, and I don't usually do tire recalls, but Toyo Holdings of America is recalling certain open country AT3 tires, 265/70 R18 and 265/60 R20. Tread may separate from the tire and cause a crash. So check your tires if you got Toyos on there, and then you might want to check it out.
If I could add to that, when you bought the tires, they should have registered with them with the Department of Transportation. So if there's a recall on your tire, you will be notified if they've registered it. If they didn't, it would be up to the owner of the tire to register their own tires. Sometimes they give you a card to do that. You send it away and you're registered. So check with the DOT.
There you go. Got some car recalls. Unlocked rear door may open unexpectedly.
Martha?
No, wait.
Where'd you go?
Did Martha fall out?
Yeah.
Toyota Prius,
back.
Prius plug-in hybrid, and Prius Prime, 23 to 26 model years.
Martha.
Yeah, Martha. Rear coil springs may detach. Kaboom! I think we're dragging the back end of the truck.
Well, it's low riders.
Jeep Grand Cherokee 2021 through 2023. Might want to check that out. Driver's seat frame is improperly tightened. Dick, 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 dick.
It's one of those the lazy boys that Mattress Mac sells.
That's right.
that
Yeah,
share.
reclines.
The recliner. There you go.
Driver's seat frame improperly tightened. Acura Integra, Honda Accord, Accord Hybrid, HR-V, and Pilot, 23 and 24 model years. BMW, bunch of recalls here from
Emery.
2021 through 2024 model years. It's all a mess of them. Starter motor may overheat and cause a fire. That'll wake you up.
Yeah.
And inoperative trailer lighting and trailer brake failure. Jeep Cherokee, Wagoneers, and a bunch of trucks. 24 to 26 model years. Those are being recalled.
That's
Ford
a-
Transit, got to have a
It's
Ford in
specialty
here.
though. Yeah.
Ford Transit 2324 engine crossmember improperly secured. A Ford E-Transit for 2026 high voltage battery may cause a fire if you can get it in the garage. BMW 228, 228i, M235i, rear lights may not function properly.
Oh boy.
So those are the recalls. All right. So you guys ready to do this week's
Sure.
little game that we play about guess the
do it.
sold car price?
All right. I
Thank
hope
you,
everybody's
Henry.
online there.
First one up this morning is the 1959 Chevrolet Biscayne.
Oh.
A Biscayne. My dad used to have a Biscayne,
so
but
cool.
it was a 62. I think this is
Yeah.
a 59
Yeah.
model. How much do you think that that's sold for?
I'm
Look,
gonna-
it's even got fender skirts on it, and it's a two-door with wide whites.
42.
42, Jeff said.
Yeah. I like
Okay.
it.
Is anybody else joining us
I'd
this
drive it.
morning, Mr. Mars?
Well, Heitzman was on here a moment ago, but not here right at the
Okay,
moment.
so the
it
sold
appears.
car price on this is
I was
$39,218.
close.
A brand new home didn't sell for $39,000 in
Yeah, I know.
1959.
It was talking to me.
Here's a 1972 Chevrolet CK. I didn't know that they came in that denomination. 72 Chevy CK. How much did it sell for?
That was in a lot of commercials. I'm going to go $17,000.
17,000. All right. Anybody else
That's a
joining us?
4-wheel drive too. It's got a 6-lug
Yes.
wheel.
Yeah, well, that's
Long
a
bed.
3/4 ton, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's what they call a square body, and really a good-looking pickup truck because
It
it
is.
looks all stock, even with those great big ugly mirrors.
It looks like
on
it's in a Chevy commercial almost.
Yeah, almost. Got a little snow on the ground too.
Yeah,
Well,
little
it's
snow
sold for
helps.
$26,250.
Ah, Jeff got Mr. Heisman got 22. He got close.
Okay. Here now is a 1950 Chevrolet 3100. So this would probably be a 1-ton, 3/4 ton anyway.
I'm sorry, what year?
A 1950.
Okay.
Great year for everybody.
Yeah. In that year. I'm going to go 24.
24.
Yeah. It's probably a little low.
Looks like it's been it's like a resto mod, possibly.
Yeah, it's a driver.
Yeah. And it's got bumper overriders
Yeah.
on the front. You don't
Like-
ever
like-
see that.
yeah, like a push
50,
bar.
a 50 Chevy 3100 sold for $18,900. And that is clean too.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, the 1984 Chevrolet S10 Blazer. Now, I had one of these back at that period of time. Now, this one here is also a resto mod because
Yeah, it's got an
you don't
SS
have a
tag.
front end on it
Yeah.
that looks like
Yeah,
that.
it's like
Yeah. Rocker
But you know
panel.
what?
Body
It's
panels.
okay. And it looks
Exactly.
like somebody put a Corvette
Yep.
crossed flags
Yep.
up there. That's what I'd do.
Yep.
84 Chevy S10 Blazer.
put a V on
These
it.
are 2 doors. Look, it's even got Aero rocker panels.
15 grand.
15 grand.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
yeah. Mr. Heisman's here as soon as I can find the right button.
Uh-oh, Jeffrey's got 25.
25?
Yeah.
It sold for $19,530.
Split it with you, Jeffrey.
Okay. I wouldn't pay that much money for it.
If they put
No.
a V emblem on it, it would be much better.
A V
I had
emblem,
one of
yeah,
those,
that's it.
and I used it to tow my fishing boat. I come through Lufkin one night in the rain, stepped on the brakes, and that boat pushed me right through the red light.
Jason had a red one that we bought off the used car lot at AutoNation, and he loved it. It was a
Yeah,
fun
I
car.
loved it. Other than I couldn't stop it.
Here's one. This is for you, Mr. Mars, because this is your background picture for the day. A 1929 Ford Model A.
That was the year everybody was cool.
And,
1929.
you know, this is not my cup of tea, but I thought that somebody would like that. 1929 Ford Model A. How much?
A parade
It looks like
vehicle.
it's stock. I don't know whether that wheel color and all that is stock or not, but
I'm totally guessing maybe 25.
25.
I have no idea. It's parade car.
That's
Yeah.
that's what it is. I don't know what parade it would be in other than for old people.
Yeah.
And I speak from the heart.
Yeah. Jeff's
And
got 31.
31. 24,150
Hey,
is what that sold
how
for.
about that? I'd tub it out.
Next up, this is Jeff Zekin's go-to car.
Yeah.
This would be a 1996 Mercury Grand Marquis with a Landau vinyl roof.
Yeah, and the opera windows.
It
Up-
got the
up-
chrome trim on the wheel well.
Oh yes, let's not. Those look like
Got
Cadillac
Lincoln
wheels.
wheels.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But
It's not a Marauder. It's a Marquis.
it's a Marquis.
Okay.
This would be something that would be great for the hot rod tour of Texas.
$9,000.
9,000. Mr. Heitzman joining in on
He
this?
will be right there at 35.
35.
35,000.
This car, Jeff Heitzman, this is your hot rod car.
Uh-huh.
It's sold for $11,550. It's super clean.
Drive
it
it
will
home.
never, ever break. And finally, this would be Don Armstrong's hoodlum car. 1932 Packard 902. Look at the size of those whites.
All right.
Holy Toledo. They're as big as the entire tire.
The width of that stripe is wider than the width of the bumper.
It's
Look at
right.
that.
Yeah. So how much do you think a 32 Packard 902 would go for?
I'm gonna go
That's almost like a limo, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
looks
don't
like
know,
it.
but it needs some machine guns in it.
It does. Probably has some in there.
Probably.
I'm gonna go 32. Mr.
Anybody
Heisman
else?
says 39.
This sold for $32,550.
Wow! Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, you got a garage big enough that this would
No,
fit in?
I don't think anyone has.
That would be an investment.
That's an
right
outdoor
there.
keeper
Yeah, it
there.
would be well worth
I'd
it.
throw it back.
Knock out the back wall or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that. All right. Let's see. Hey, InWheelTime invite you to join our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central, on InWheelTime.com, Facebook, and YouTube. And we hope that you'll check us out. If you miss us, you'll be able to connect through our podcast, and that you can get from your favorite podcast provider. Coming up, we've got the racing calendar, auto history, and news headlines. Right after this break.
All right.
The Tailpipes and Tacos renowned cruise-in expands to Beaumont. Golden Triangle cruisers will want to experience Tailpipes and Tacos at the Loopy Tortilla, I-10 South in Beaumont near Washington Boulevard. Grab free Loopy breakfast tacos with any donation to Shirley's Kids. Enjoy a coffee or an adult beverage. Every cruise-in vehicle is automatically entered to win one of the beautiful Chili Pepper trophies for Best Hot Rod, Classic, and Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos Beaumont happens Saturday morning, March 21st, 8 to 11 a.m. If you're a car geek like we are, this is the event you'll want to attend. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show will be online live, and you may be interviewed about your ride. Tailpipes and Tacos Beaumont edition, Saturday, March 21st, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Loopy Tortilla, 2050 I-10 South in Beaumont. The Katy Tailpipes and Tacos happens Easter Saturday, April 4th, 8 to 11. The free Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In is a production of Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex, Beaumont, and Katy. Tastes pretty good. Apple or Android, InWheelTime podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give InWheelTime a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on InWheelTime. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. Time now for the InWheelTime Racing Calendar, sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you for that. We've got NHRA coming up next month, actually. It's on the 5th through the 9th. It's going to be the NHRA Gator Nationals. It's in Gainesville, Florida. Everybody's running. It's the inaugural start of the season, so you've got pro class, you got motorcycles, everybody's going to be running a car in the quarter mile. Next, we've got yesterday was the Craftsman Truck Series run in Daytona. It went overtime, the 3-lap overtime, whatever they call that. I didn't see the finish. Don't know who won yet. I don't want to spoil it for you in case you haven't seen it. And then today is the O'Reilly Auto Parts run at Daytona. It used to be the Xfinity. For some reason, they've changed. Obviously, O'Reilly's got the contract with that. And then, of course, tomorrow, the big day behind us is going to be the Daytona 500. So that is at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. The race today for the O'Reilly folks, which is the old Xfinity, that is going to be at 5 p.m. tonight on the CW. So tomorrow is Fox, today's CW, and they'll move on from there. Then we've got, we talked about NHRA. Let me move on to the next one here, which is, oh gosh, got my things all out of kilter here. Give me just a moment. Stand by, Michael.
Standing by.
Okay. I do. I've got all my stuff mixed up here.
I know.
IndyCar Series, St. Petersburg. That's going to be March 1st. So that's coming up pretty close too. And then you've got the F1 guys, which last week I told you, Mike, that I got on the site for the Formula F1 Cadillac. And that's why I'm wearing my digs today. I don't know if I'm going to be on that site very long because every 10 minutes they're posting something from a different part of the world with Cadillac racing, and it's just inundating. It is taking a lot of stuff on my phone, a lot of time to read it all. So I think I'm going to have to pause it for a little bit and get kind of conditioned to get back into looking at it. So I will follow up on it. I'll give you all the information I can on it, but I'm just kind of tired of it already. Just let you know.
World of digital.
I know. Okay.
Where are we?
We just finished Jeff's racing calendar.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Brought to us by the Texas Muscle Car Challenge.
All right,
Yep.
well, very good. Well, it's time now for This Week in Auto History, Mr.
All right.
Mars.
I'm going to find it,
Yes,
Michael.
All right.
I'm glad
So this
everybody's
week in Auto
all
History.
ready for everything.
Yeah. So we got 5 things that we found particularly interesting this week. In 1909, the Hudson Motor Car Company was actually founded. Now, this was in Detroit, and it quickly became known for a performance and value. In fact, Hudson, they got a lot of their fame from being in NASCAR. They really won a lot of races in the 1950s with their fabulous Hudson Hornet, pretty well dominating things. And, of course, later on, they merged with Nash Kelvinator to form the American Motor Company. And then, of course, they became a star in a couple of movies. So then in 1945, it was the founding of the Kia Corporation. And I did not know this, that Kia is a translation means rising out of Asia. So originally they were producing bicycle parts,
Yep.
2B per bicycle parts. And before they got into building automotives, and when they got into building their cars, they first started out in 1957 building licensed motorcycles for Honda. In 62, they moved up to licensed trucks for Mazda. 74, they were building Mazda licensed cars. And then in 1997, they filed for bankruptcy. And then that's when Hyundai stepped in and basically rescued them, took them over and stuff. So
Wow.
a lot of interesting things I didn't know about that. I just assumed it was a nice car.
Yep.
So in 1966, Lamborghini Miura debuts at the Geneva Motor Show. Now, this is considered the first supercar with a mid-engine V12, and
Wow.
it's got a lot of styling. Of course, it had the speed, and it became Ferrari's true rival, and it's very collectible because they didn't make very many of them. Then in 1972, on the other side of it, the Honda Civic comes in. And it was going to become a fuel-efficient car, and mainly because of the 1973 oil crisis, and it became very popular. And now the Honda Civic's about 3 sizes bigger.
Mike, there's a Tata Motors picture up there. Is that the same?
And did I get them out of order?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll go forward.
But that's okay. Because this is the Tata Nano was revealed to the public.
You cannot say Tatas on this show.
Especially when you say Nano behind it.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to say Nano behind
Tata,
it.
Nano.
So in 2008, the Tata Nano came out in the public. And it was considered a new car. It was targeted for the emerging markets, particularly in India. Can't speak. And
Are those some
it
new
was
Tatas?
targeted for the
Those are
families.
some new Tatas.
Yeah, I'm having a problem here with the Tatas this morning.
Now, apparently you are. Do
So
you
the
remember what
families
those
used to
are?
ride motorcycles in India, so they got this car and they generated it to try and do that. But the sales fell short of expectations over the years, and
They were a size A instead of a size C.
Well, it's
exactly
a two-door versus four-door.
in 2000. When it was launched, it was $2,000 at the time of launch. In 2017, the price had risen to $3,400. Now this is a 624cc two-cylinder engine, 33 to 37 horsepower, rear-wheel drive with a 4-speed manual, and it got
Wow.
60 miles per gallon. But since sales never took off because most people thought it was too cheap, it looked too cheap, it was too cheap, so they didn't buy it. So the reason they actually killed it was because of safety standards. It wasn't because of sales in 2020 that the Tata Nano
So that was
discontinued.
That was actually a training Tata.
Yeah. And that was this week in automotive history, some of the things we found interesting.
Oh, my God. Are we still on the air? Anyway, I just
Trying to
thought
get
that
us
I'd-
home, Jeff. There you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You know, we do get sidetracked quite frequently. And we can't help it. But it's just who we are.
Just a bad influence. on
Yep.
me.
Yeah, there's that. I was kind of looking for a little short story, but all these stories are way too long for this little segment here.
Well, we can
Here's
go back
one.
and-
Here's one. Failed investments in money-losing electric vehicles and a late-year disruption of aluminum supplies for F-Series pickups drove Ford Motor Company to an $11.1 billion net loss in the fourth quarter, resulting in the automaker's worst financial performance since 2008. Fourth quarter revenue declined 5% to $45 billion, and adjusted earnings before interest and taxes plunged by more than half to $1 billion. Hope you don't own any of that stock. For the full year, Ford lost $8.2 billion, largely because of the EV write-downs and $2 billion in tariffs. The automaker's 2025 tariff bill ended up roughly doubling its previous projection following a late year change to offsets by the Trump administration. It was Ford's third worst performance ever and third full-year loss in the past 6 years. Well,
That kind of mirrors
So
the
they've
story
had
here.
worse.
Yeah. But it affected General Motors, Stellantis. They're all in that
Everybody.
category. Yes, it's not just Ford. Ford's the one that's got the most publicity on it.
It's
that
ugly.
was Stellantis, yeah.
hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address is info@InWheelTime.com. We're back after this quick break. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning InWheelTime Car Talk Show now reaches millions of folks around the globe each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and don't forget our podcasts. Catch our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show has informative automotive guests, new car reviews, along with popular features, including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, the latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing days. It's all on InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the InWheelTime Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.